Hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Mary.
And we're both shameless.
And this is Greg and Mary's RV Adventures.
Yeah. Welcome. Glad you're back joining us. Today is December the 11th, and we're in Arizona. We wrapped up about 140 days on the road. It's been going well. The RV's been no problems with the RV. We haven't had any fights yet between us, which is encouraging. We'll be here.
We're in Arizona.
Visiting
family.
Yes. And
we're headed to California next.
The RV's in storage. We have it in storage for the month of December, and we may keep it through the month of January also. We have some family and friends out in the Arizona area that we'd like to see before we start our journey back to Western Pennsylvania. So today the video is going to be our stops at Kartchner Cavern in Arizona, and on that trip also we stopped at Tombstone. Pretty neat town. You're up there.
Oh.
So much for Mary's contribution to this intro. So that's pretty much it. The beginning of the video is us driving on I-10 still and wrapping things up. We'll be leaving here shortly, probably by the end of this week. We'll be off to California to spend Christmas with our son, daughter-in-law, and our two granddaughters. It's been a number of years since we've been there for Christmas. So I hope you enjoy the video. It was fun making it, and catch you on the flip side probably. Thanks.
And I just wanted to add,
yeah,
Kartchner Caverns, we were not allowed to take any film, any video, or any photos in the caverns. So what you see is just clips from the little film that we watched.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was nice. I mean,
it's an interesting place to visit. Hopefully you'll get there one day, because it was pretty cool to see. It's a wet cavern.
Right.
So there's, you know, the drips and everything forming all the different formations that you see in a cavern.
In the tour, the walkway for it is paved, and it's well maintained and everything. So there were a couple people with wheelchairs also that were in there. The tour lasted about an hour, I guess. So you're not allowed to water anything in there also. They're pretty restrictive. They're trying to maintain the integrity of the caverns. They're doing a great job. Okay.
Now I'm going to see if my clicker's working this time.
We know how that works.
Because it was malfunctioning last time.
Yeah.
And we have our little microphones on, so...
Guess you didn't see these.
We're not sure if,
yeah, if it's going to work. Yeah, that's right.
It's going to work. But anyway, enjoy the video.
See you guys. Welcome back. Glad you can join us for another of our adventures. Today's video is going to be our trip to Arizona. We're going to stay at Kartchner Caverns for 4 days. We've already reserved a cave tour of the big room cavern. And also in this video, we are planning to take a visit to historic Tombstone, Arizona. The first trip, the first leg of this journey to Kartchner Caverns is very short. We only have about an hour's drive. The campground at Kartchner's Cavern State Park is very nice. The roads are paved, and even the campsite spots are paved. At our site, site number 18, we had water and electric. I don't believe there's any full hookups in the campground, but there is a dump station. Our site was easy to level and very picturesque also.
Kartchner Cavern State Park is a state park of Arizona featuring a show cave with 2.5 miles of passages. The park is located 9 miles south of the town of Benson and west of the north-flowing San Pedro River. Long hidden from the view, the caverns were discovered in 1974 by local cavers.
In the visitor center, there's a lot of information about the caves, the caverns. There's also a 20-minute video that you should probably watch before you take a tour. It's very informative. In fact, we included a couple clips from that video in our video. We liked the big house tour so much, we booked a rotunda tour for the following day. Hope you enjoyed.
Just like a fine artist, Mother Nature takes her time with her masterpieces, making sure she gets everything right. Sometimes it takes her hundreds of thousands of years. Kartchner Caverns is one of those masterpieces. Each formation has been growing at its own pace, sometimes as fast as an inch every 100 years. We have a soda straw in here that's over 21 feet long. It's taken somewhere between 20,000 and 250,000 years to grow that length. But all it takes is a simple tap, and it would come crashing down.
Came in this hill. Actually, I found the entrance, but couldn't get in. And then we came back 7 years later and tried again. This time the cave was exhaling. A little breeze that smelled like bats. It was warm and moist. We pushed through that hole. Gary went down through first. He had to turn a somersault to get in. We got inside and knew we needed to find where the breeze was coming from. We found a little crawlway. Came to the end. There was a barrier with a little hole in it. And the air was blasting through that hole. And I could just see through with one eye. And we had a hammer and chisel. We lay there for about 2.5 hours. We widened the hole.
It was a squeeze about the diameter of an unbent coat hanger. So it was a very, very tight squeeze. And we entered a series of rooms and passageways, some of which were very low. And then we climbed up over this ridge. And then we looked into the big room. Couldn't see the far wall. And that's when we really realized we had found a significant cave, a significant room.
We stayed in for about 12 hours. Went out of the cave. It was late at night. Walked out under a starry, moonless sky, and I just could not believe it.
We enjoyed the big room so much, we booked a rotunda tour the next day.
The Foothills Loop Trail is 2.4 miles long at an average elevation of 4,600 feet. There is a side trail to Mountain View Point that adds 2/3 of a mile to the trip's total length. The Foothills Loop Trail yields breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and valleys, so be sure to take your camera and take in the sights.
The drive from Kartchner Cavern State Park to Tombstone took about 30 minutes. 2-lane road, pleasant drive.
Tombstone is a city in Cochise County, Arizona, founded in 1879. It became one of the last boom towns in the American frontier. The town grew significantly into the mid-1880s as the local mines produced 40 to 85 million in silver bullion.
the largest productive silver district in Arizona. The population grew from 100 to about 14,000 in less than 7 years. It is best known as the site of the gunfight at the OK Corral.
Our first stop was at the Cochise County Courthouse Museum. Plenty to see there. Recommend stopping there before you start your tour. Our second stop was the Tombstone Cowboy Show. Very entertaining, and it lasted about 30 minutes.
All right, folks, just 140 years ago, there was only about 100 miners roaming around out in these hills. In 7 short years, Tombstone exploded to over 20,000 people. Now, back then, that made 20,000 people. That made Tombstone the second largest city in the West, next to San Francisco. Yep, a lot was going on here. Right back here in this mine, they pulled out over $85 million worth of silver. Yeah, you convert that into today's dollars, and that's over $1.9 trillion. A lot of money. A lot of reason for a lot of people to come into town looking for a piece of that pie, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we attracted a lot of outlaws, bandits, criminals, and then the real bad guys came to town. The lawyers, the politicians.
The longest poker game in history was played in the basement of the theater. Those who wished to play had to buy in for $1,000 up front. Among the notable people who played in this particular game were George Hurst, Diamond Jim Brady, Adolphus Bush, Doc Holliday, Bat Masterson, and Wyatt Earp. The poker game was played continuously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It continued from 1881 to 1889 for a total of 8 years. It is estimated that approximately $10 million was exchanged in the game during the 8 years that it lasted.
For a gunfight. Oh yeah. All right. Couple of things before we get started, folks. First things first. Please, at no point during or after the presentation, try to handle our weapons. They are real, and they are dangerous. Now, with all the safety talk out of the way,
Doc Holliday.
Wyatt Earp, after all this time.
Well, Tucson.
Don't push me, Tommy! Them throwing us out of there. But I have half a mind says we go back down there and we show them who's boss.
come on, we're not going back to El Hamra. That's just trouble we don't need.
What I need is another drink.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. And judging by the looks of you two, I could use a drink.
Slow down, Frank. Don't you think you've had enough?
Don't you think that maybe I would tell you when I've had enough?
Police business, Doc. Nothing for you here.
Well, there are more cowboys in town, Virgil. Word has it, they're gunning for you. Looks to me like you could use all the friends you could get.
We can find those cowboys just fine, Doc.
Well, they're not far from here. They're held up in the empty lot behind the OK Corral on Fremont Street. They look to mean business and boys. They've got guns.
Then we will take those guns away from them.
Virgil.
Doc, if you're coming with us, you'll have to listen to me. Hang back. Hold on to this. Come along.
What?
Cowboys looking for a fight? Now you've got it.
Up your hands, boys! We're here for your guns!
If you want to see the shootout, you gotta go to Tombstone. It's time for the 2024 Farmer's Almanac Tip of the Week. For better sleep, put your Christmas tree in your bedroom. It will bring both the calming effects of nature and the fuzzy wuzzies of nostalgia. Furthermore, we say it will serve a random alarm when your cat knocks it over on you. How's that for a tip for this week?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, Bob and Ted wants to remind everybody it's only 2 weeks till Christmas. I hope you're preparing. Have a good day.